Well, hello everybody and welcome back to my Let's Play of Torment Tides of Numenera, how do you say it? Level 76. Okay, I left off, I was having a chat with this. So location should be, I was going down the list, basically I've done Reef, I'm on Cliff, so leave current location, Sinter Minor. Oh, sorry, on Sinter Minor. Proper dates is 12, which will take you in the recent past. So I want to go in the distant past now. So, change read it now, access. You see the bustling city, that possibly the same as now. The image in the view screen changes rapidly, showing the bustling square over many years. Buildings rise and fall as time passes. One in particular catches your attention. It is built from pebble rock and rises perfectly straight, perhaps 50 stories tall. On its side is a magnificent mural of a creature, or perhaps a tree or storm. It's a purple build of a creature. It's not the that thing that's chasing my character. I forgot what it's called. That nightmare thing. But you feel certain it is a creature. Perhaps the creature, the sorrow. That's something. That's what I was thinking. Sorrow. That's the words after. Stood for centuries before it was torn down. Okay. Look at the list of locations. So Cliff's Edge. Look at the profitable times. At 1. I believe this is Cliff Edge. So. Access view again. Built in the cliffside. Many of them have access over the sea below. People in this area are, for the most part, are rough and bitter. They don't live on the edge of by choice. Okay. Props of time. Let's look at 12. There's a buildings built on the cliffs. Yep. The image in the view screen changes rapidly, showing the cliffside over weeks and days. Building collapses into the sea quickly, as if something were undermining them. That's the skeleton things, what they're called in it, the things I kind of wiped out and stole their eggs. Okay, look at the profit times. 128. That's view screen. Dozens of, yeah, same. The image of the view screen changes rapidly, showing the cliff's side over many years. The further back in the past you look, the more buildings there are. They have been falling gradually into the sea over many centuries. Above and below there are seaward facing batteries, defense weapons and weapons that predate the Ninth World. But they too collapse into the sea as the years pass. Shortly before the distance past ends, the last of them topples from its perch, leaving the city defenseless. Wow. Complications, so we keep going down to one day before, isn't it? So Government Square. I guess if I just do it now, it's just going to keep on distant past, isn't it? Sunlight Square is home to many elaborate buildings. A few of these are made of metal and seem to burst forth from the ground itself. Oh, good. So doing this is actually helping because we've learned something about XP for it. Nice. As one is going through this is actually not going to do nothing. But so we'll keep going now. View screen changes rapidly, showing you there. Centuries ago, there was some kind of rebellion. It spilled out from the bloom up into the highest parts of the Sagres cliffs. Leading the charge is a woman wielding a glowy hammer. She's covered entirely in silver scales. She doesn't even have a face that you can see. Her followers are numerous, and the leaders of ancient Sagres are quickly killed or subdued. Okay, look at the list of profit times. So, past again, but not as far back. Same as before. Image, yeah. Pale woman with yellow hair stands in front of the magical gateway. Occasionally you see children enter or exit the portal through never the same child twice. Ah. Remember someone that I've got a quest for stealing people too, so this could actually help with this. Okay, proper time, so modern. Bright sunlight. The people here shine as much as the square itself. They are well dressed and obviously wealthy. Many livies walk the squares, as well as venal priests, foreigners, and a few non-humans. Locations. Cliff's Edge, Dawn. So it's Gavasca. How many have we got? 1, 2, 3, 4. We're getting there. So the current version. It looks like the same as the scene before you. Oh, okay. Profit times. A little bit in the past. Shows image in the view screen changes rapidly. Travelers come and go through the ships with the fish-like passengers or I was going to say gods or goods marked for miraculous remain in the dock for a long time. Okay. What about the real far past? It shows the plateau caravan. Image view screen change right here. Docks have been a bustling centre of trade for as far back in time as you can see. In the earliest recorded time, you can see two figures standing atop this very obscure platform. A male and a female, bright flashes and gouts of smoke suggest a great battle taking place along the cliffs below. To the man activates something on the control panel. A faint veil of energy encircles the city and the tumult slowly ends. Oh, that's that guy who... Yeah, I knew about that one. Locations, so the Casavan. It's the government of the Bloom. I'm getting mixed up, which I haven't done. I kind of wish this would stay in its proper position. I think it's the Bloom next. I'll try Government Square. We did Caravan. Okay, let's see if this is the right one. If not, it's the Bloom. Best one, yeah. Just go there while some kind of rebellion is spilled out from the Bloom up into the highest possible centre of the cliff, leading charges a woman. Yep, done that one. Look at the list of locations. That's the Bloom. You can see it's spilled out from the Bloom, so this might have something linked to it. That's view screen. Screen shows the dark cameras of the flanks. Flanks of Cypress Cliff on this one side. At the bottom of the cameras is a carpet of debris that seem to flow like a river from the junkyard, north of the city down to the sea. In the darkest part of the cosmos, beneath a cloud of greasy smoke, is a city-sized mass of living flesh. The Bloom, his name springs readily to mind, plucked from your Cyrus memory. Tubes and tendrils sprout from the Bloom in 100 directions, many of them attached to a cliff inside and either side. The Bloom, the name springs readily to mind, plucked from your Cyrus memory. Okay. Oh, here's some more. Nice. Screen. The further into the past you look, the further north the Bloom is. Looks like it's moving very slowly south over time, less than a finger's length per year towards the sea. Look at the proper times. So I did the furthest past, so let's do slightly earlier. The screen shows a city-sized mass of flesh, the Bloom, that lurks in the dark cameras beside the Cypress Cliffs. Tubes and tentacles sprout from the Bloom in 100 directions, many of them attached to the cliff on either side. The images for strangers, yeah. The Bloom sees a lot of diverse traffic, merchants, refugees, and the student. A number of shady figures enter and exit, mostly through a stone gatehouse that's partially subsumed within the mass of flesh. Not a single levy or Cyprus official ever seems to travel by. Okay, proper, so it's the earliest. And I just done the Bloom. Screen shows a city-sized mass of flesh, the Bloom, that lurks in the dark cameras beside Cypress Cliffs. Tubes and tentacles sprout from the Bloom in 100 directions and are attached to the cliffs outside. I keep doing the current one because I'm thinking, you never know, if looking at currently, they might actually say, oh, thing he's going to cross. And like, who's that? He looks very, you know, something important's going to pop up. Merges and other scattered figures travel along the Bloom. Tendrils, a stone gatehouse, partly subs within the massive flesh gatehouse, that's what they're using, will seem an obvious entrance, but very few are coming or going through its gates. A number of scavengers shift through the debris outside the Bloom, tossing most of what they find into one of the Bloom's many orifices. Location, so I just did the Bloom. Ah, crud. I should have remembered the one after the Bloom. Did Government Square, done that one, it's got to be this. So I left one left after this, isn't it? This Cavern Sound after Crypto. This is the current version, so I've got it on. The screen shows an area north of Cypress Cliff, below a crag of the city, where the land stretches out to the horizon amidst a mass of bluffs and outcroppings. It's all manner of debris. Most of it is predating the Ninth World. Metal and silver Molophos rise above a field of scrap, a functioning machine perches on the edge of an enormous pit. Strange plants and vines struggle to reclaim the land. It's even more cluttered and fantastic than the reef of fallen worlds. Scavengers wander the maze, not all of them human. They pick out whatever number of scraps they can find. Okay, so a little bit in the past. The view screen displays the junkyard north of Cypress Cliffs. It is cluttered with thousands, perhaps millions of years of debris from prior worlds. Strange plants and vines are growing over and between, everything gradually claiming the land. Ah, more XP. Woo! Scavengers come and go. A small campfire catches your eye. An orderly in the junkyard. Rin's small figure hunches over it. She looks scared. Is that her? We'll double check that in a minute. I think that's her. Portrait times. View screen displays a junkyard north of South Cliff. It's clothed with thousands, perhaps millions of years of debris from prior worlds. Strange plants and vines are growing over between their fingers, claiming the land. In the more distant past, scavengers come and go. The enormous pits grow slowly larger. In the more distant past, our wall stretches across the junkyard, bristly with northernward-facing batteries to protect the city from attack. But as time passes, the wall is abandoned, the batteries crumble into ruins, and the whole structure is subsumed beneath the surrounding trash. Oh, I've done the same one. The junkyard north, cluttered with thousands, that's millions of years of debris, strange plants, fires, growing off. Savages wander the maze, not all of them human, they pick out whatever numerous scraps they find. Okay, look at preference type, no. List. Should be the bottom one now, shouldn't it? View screen shows the vast sea of the south. Two pens embrace the waters for many kilometres, and the sea stretches out to the horizon. The sea is placid. A small number of ships ply the harbour, seeking fish or sunken artefacts. Look for appropriate time. Go a little bit in the past. The screen shows a vast sea of south. It's the same. Two peninsulas embrace the waters. Then the sea stretches out to the horizon. Strange ships come and go, both sea and air, bringing trade goods from places you cannot see beyond the horizon. And the final one, because I think I've done them all now. If I haven't and you were watching this, please point out the one I've missed. I believe I've done them all. The seashell, the vast sea south of Savvy, yes, same as before. The image in the view screen rapidly. A long time ago, the cliffside had defensive batteries built into the rocks. That's basically where it is now. All these have collapsed from falling into ruins. Enormous Martland whale glides into the bay with a small village built on its back. Ah, it's interesting. That's like the is it Discworld flying through space? What is it? It's a disc planet on top of 4 elephants holding it up on top of a huge turtle. If I'm not mistaken. It's not tortoise, it's a turtle, isn't it? Because turtles will have fins. I think it's fins. And it's a toy that doesn't, and I believe it's a turtle. Reminds me of that. I'm building its back before it can reach the cliff. The batteries thunder into life, destroying the well and the type of... Oh! I was not expecting that. I'll just see what the random one does. Probably just from this. It's like 2, 1 from each of the list. The machine at top shifts and changes. What's it give me? Dozens of buildings are built on the cliffside. Many of them high precisely over the sea below. The image collapsed into the sea. Do it right now, okay. Interesting. What's my quest now? Find the woman in Stagger's Cliffs who are being transformed into copies. That popped up, didn't it? Love for women. Because they said the woman was taking kids. Oh, the other thing I wanted to check quick. It was her. Okay, right. Ghostly woman asked me to look for women, resemble her, or whose identities are being altered by the outside force. When I find such women, I should return to her and tell her. A young girl who lives in the cliff's edge was hearing the ghost voices in her dreams, but she drove it out of her mind by sheer force. The adopted daughter of cast-off elephants seems to have been one of the affected women. When she was alive, she was confused about her identity and felt that she was supposed to become someone else. Okay, I found people, so I need to go back to her. Find women soon are being transferred. The ghostly woman asked me to look for her who resembles her. I should return to Labyrinth and tell her so the farmer Labyrinth. And
do you ever think before you do any of the things you do?
Never. Thinking slows your mind. Always act before thinking, and then act again. If you do it right, you'll never have to think at all.
All right, Rin. You
Wow.
can do this.
Wow. You know, with that, we're going to end this episode here. So like and subscribe and that good stuff for me. When you subscribe, hit the little bell and share this video. If you got any comments, put them down, please. And see you next week. Have a great one. Bye bye.